Brazil, Beatriz, Haddad, Maia. Beatriz Haddad Maia continued her fine play this season when she downed last year's U.S. Open finals and the home favorite Leila Annie Fernandez yesterday at the National Bank Open. Now she tries to beat the world number one in Swiatek. She played her opener yesterday and dropped just 3 games against Ida Tomljanovic. And it was a return to the hard courts for Swiatek after that run on the clay, winning the French Open and going on to the grass, where that 37-match win streak ended at the hands of Alizé Cornet. Been very busy since that time after a brief holiday. Organized that charity event for Ukraine, played it on hard courts at home. Back on the clay, now back on the hard courts for the world number one. She's had a win streak of her own this year. Haddad Maia 12 coming on the grass. In those first couple of titles. And she looked very, very sharp yesterday against Fernandez. The serve in particular was working, barely lost the point behind the first serve of the opening set. And she looked good in practice today as well. Celia Alberti is in the chair for this one. Ready to start this warm-up. Haddad Maia winning the toss, electing to receive. It's a third-round match in Toronto, the winner going through to the quarterfinals at the National Bank Open. She's the world number one, top seed as well, obviously in Swiatek, taking on the Brazilian Beatriz Haddad Maia. She is earmarked trying to get inside the top 20, coming through in straight sets. What are your initial thoughts on this encounter?
Well, I'm really excited to be sitting here watching it. I think Haddad Maia especially was playing such aggressive tennis and had a real battle on her hands and was able to come through and just get stronger and stronger through the course of the match. And for Swiatek, she said she's very happy not to be switching surfaces anymore. She wants to get settled with her game, feels comfortable on the hard courts, but she definitely didn't feel too comfortable overhead, and we saw that she went straight back out on the practice court after her match to get a groove on there. So that'll just be the one area to keep an eye on today.
See where she is in the race to get to the WTA finals. That number one, those 6 titles in 2022. Just glittering numbers all around for Swiatek. 48-5 she was coming into Toronto. So looking for win number 50 this season. Those titles in Wales, Miami, Rome, Stuttgart, Doha, of course mentioned the one at the French Open. Last time she lost on a hard court was in Dubai in the third set tiebreak against her fellow French Open winner in Jelena Ostapenko. In all matches this season for Haddad Maia, she's approaching 40 victories, 36-15 she was heading into Toronto. Mentioned that 12-match winning streak on the grass. coming back. She did last year from that 10-month doping suspension. And when you look at what she's done this season, the progression she's made in her ranking, and also given her pedigree coming up through the junior ranks, is this a surprise what she's doing, or not a surprise?
I don't think so at all. I think she did a lot of hard work, hard thinking on her time off, and last season she won 75 matches on the ITF circuit. She had so much confidence and match fitness going into the course of this season, and she just built on that. She made a semi-final in Monterey earlier on in the year, but really it was from May where she won that WTA Challenger event in Saint Malo that she was then able to make a final in Paris and then get those 2 titles on the grass back to back. And she really praised her team that were around her, the fact that she was quite tired after winning the first title, both mentally and physically, but they just kept pushing the boundaries, pushing the limits, and that really helped her through.
It was very, very windy on the Senate court, in case you were not with us for the first match between Haddad and Heitman, so those flags could be fluttering. It'd be a very nice day to fly kites in Toronto. Temperature not too hot, mid-20s, not really humid as well. Hasn't been as sticky as it was. Let's say last weekend, for example, it was very, very hot and humid in qualifying. And also looking at the wind probability, 84% to Swiatek, 16 to Haddad. That wind probability is a combination of many things. Head-to-head, in this case, first meeting, play on the surface, historical play in general, goes back to 10 years. Before she started playing as a Swiatek, we can't forget that she's still so young.
Well, she's just a phenomenal world #1, isn't she? And to go on that run, both on the hard courts and the clay courts, was simply incredible. We didn't know who was going to stop her. Felt that no one could for a while, but she is human. She does make some mistakes. She does miss, and Haddad will be very aggressive out here today to test that.
Yes, she will be, and we saw one WTA fan favorite voted by the fans in Halep, and Iga has won that award as well. She also has the fan favorite she plays. Haddad Maia is back also. She had some fans yesterday, but she was taking on the home favorite in Leila Annie Fernandez. She also has a very good record against the top 10. Haddad Maia. 4 and 6, but she's won her last 4. So give you an indication that she really looks forward to playing in these types of matches. Last serve struck by Swiatek. And this 3rd round match in Toronto is about to start between the world #1 and the Brazilian, who had a very, very good season.